So I've been playing the beta for a few days now, and I've put together this very interesting Ragefire throw Glaive sort of build. Yeah, throw Glaive. We actually have to press it now. But it's not so bad. It's just, it's going to take some getting used to. It's going to take some getting used to. So I'm not going to cover every little bit of detail on the build itself. On the Havoc side of things, we do work our way down to Essence Break and any means necessary. This build is heavily focused on and around Immolation Aura and Throw Glaive, which you'll see in a second. So, Throw Glaive. There's a few things that we've taken. It all works well. You'll see in a second. So, to start things off on the Havoc tree itself, Furious Throws, which basically means that Throw Glaive now, unfortunately, costs 25 Fury, though it does throw a second Glaive. And that's important because Bouncing Glaives, which we've taken on the Demon Hunter tree, means that Throw Glaive now ricochets to one additional target. Now back onto the Havoc side, we've got Moarg's Bionics, which means Throw Glaive deals 25% increased damage for every enemy hit. And then we have Soul Rend to finish it off, which basically means Throw Glaive causes targets to take an additional 120% of damage dealt as chaos damage over 6 seconds. So yeah, Throw Glaive. Pretty good. And this is where it gets interesting because we've taken any means necessary, which basically means our Ragefire now does chaos damage. And because of this, it now means that it scales off of our mastery. Along with that, we've picked Elysian Decree, which deals arcane damage, which is also going to turn into chaos damage. And the same for the Hunt, which deals, I believe, nature damage, which will also convert into chaos damage. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. The only other thing worth mentioning, because it impacts the rotation of the build, is we've taken initiative in the Havoc tree. So damaging an enemy before they damage you increases the critical strike chance by 15% for 5 seconds. Using Vengeful Retreat refreshes your potential to activate this effect on any enemy you are in combat with. And with that, we've paired it up with Unbound Chaos, which we've currently got in retail. So activating Immolation Aura increases the damage of your next Fel Rush by 500%, and it lasts for 12 seconds, so you don't have to spend it right away. So basically what this means is that even though we've not taken Momentum, and it's usually what Vengeful Retreat is used for, we're now going to use Vengeful Retreat in our normal rotation. So you'd usually, I guess, Vengeful Retreat, you'd pair that up with then Essence Break if it's off cooldown. If not, then I guess once you've Vengeful Retreat and you've got the potential to get that buff, you could then use something like Elysian Decree, the Hunt, and even the Sigil Flame, if that's off cooldown as well. So we are over at the target dummies, and I just wanted to go over the potential opener and rotation for this build. So you want to start off by using Immolation Aura. You want to pop down your Sigil of Flame to proc Initiate, and along with Throw Glaive for the Soul Rend. Begin with I-Beam, and then we can use something like an Essence Break and a Death Sweep. As for the rotation, you want to prioritize I-Beam. Next is Immolation Aura into an Essence Break, and then you can throw a Glaive into a Death Sweep, a couple of Chaos Strikes, Vengeful Retreat, Elysian Decree into the Hunt, Fel Rush with Unbound Chaos if that's active. You can use Fell Blades to either generate Fury or as a gap closer, and you never want to overcap on your Fury. Now, aside for the opener where you use Sigil of Flame to proc Initiate, you don't really use it in your rotation. It's usually like, if you've got a bit of downtime, then fine, it's okay to press. But other than that, you kind of ignore it. It just doesn't do enough damage. And Throw Glaive is a tricky one to weave back in because we've spent the last, 6 years not using it. It's just basically been a filler every now and then, like barely ever. But I guess as a rule of thumb, you want to make sure you're never at 2 charges. So if you're at 2 charges, you use it. And then lastly, we have when to use Metamorphosis. I found that after the opener, a Vengeful Retreat into a Metamorphosis is probably the best way to go. That way, after you've used your I-Beam and your Death Sweep, it refreshes the cooldown and you can use them again. So as an example, if I start Immolation Aura, we've got Sigil of Flame, Throw Glaive, you can pop into an I-Beam, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Vengeful Retreat, and then into meta where we can then I-Beam again, and then continue with the rotation. So that's the build I'm currently running at the minute, and I'm having a ton of fun. It actually sucks to log back onto retail. It just feels like so much is missing, and we do a ton of damage right now. With character tuning on the way, I hope they're kind to us. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let me know what you think of the Demon Hunter going into Dragonflight. But that's me done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my god. Look at my damage!